Hello and welcome back to Winter Wonderland, maybe? Got up this morning to just a touch of snow, coating the grass. Actually, it was coating everything, but not too long after the sun came up, the roads and the driveway were clear. And now that it's afternoon-ish, most of the snow is gone, but we do have some left on our icy pond. So now you can see what I mean about the ice starting to build up. Actually, the footprints on the snow are hilarious. But ice is pretty solid at this point and will stay this way through the rest of the winter, unless we get an unusually lengthy warm snap. But our two aerators are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. They're keeping the ice free of those areas. And then the ducks, of course, go swimming and break it open even further. But the fact that, we're able to keep water moving, we're able to keep the pond moving, and we're able to keep everything open for them is key. And as you can see, actually, I don't know if I'll catch this. Let's see. So the geese are standing on the ice shelf. It's thick enough now to hold them all up without breaking. Of course, they're going to take off. So the ice here also covered by snow and footprints. And you can see the difference between goose prints and turkey prints. It's so cute. But the ice shelf is already thick enough to withstand, I don't know, what are we going to say? We're going to say each bird is, we'll call them 8 pounds. That's probably being conservative. They're probably a little bit more than that. So there were about 5 of them. So that ice shelf was holding up 40 pounds a bird with no problem. They were spread out a bit. So of course, it did distribute the weight. But you can see, they're walking across the ice and it's already thick enough to hold the birds up. It wouldn't hold me up, I'm guessing, but that's a me issue and not the birds' issue. So the birds will keep the ice open as long as they possibly can, just by their natural action of swimming. The sun will help us, the aeration will help us. But what you're going to see as we continue through the winter is that these open areas are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller, to the point that at some, usually at some point in the winter, probably at the peak, I would say, it's just barely around the bubbles and just big enough for one duck to put their butt in. And then, they'll work it through the day and it'll get slightly bigger, but it's still enough to provide them the water that they need to sustain life. And it's still enough to keep the pond healthy and keep things ready to come back in spring. So yeah, a little bit of snow. It's really, aside from a couple of shady spots, it's gone from around the property. There's no more snow on the ground other than a few sprinkles here and there, but there's snow captured on the ice and it will stay. We've got some rooster wars happening. They're like little ping pong balls, but look at how they get their feathers all riled up. They're hilarious. It looks a lot worse than it is. They're not hurting each other. They're just posturing, being roosters. And apparently the toms are about done with that behavior. Their flock dynamics are funny, right? So the turkeys shouldn't care what the roosters are doing, but they clearly do. The roosters are in some sort of tiff and they're oblivious to what's around them. If you saw, they just bounced off the turkey. Look at the whole turkey have gathered around them. Look at what's going on here. They have formed a crowd. It's like a spectator sport. And they're done. One of the roosters has gone in the coop and the other one is out. So the turkey have successfully finished their mission. Sophie was a little bit concerned. Hugo was a little intrigued. So there, ice, snow, duck swimming, and a bonus street brawl broken up by turkey. What more could you ask for? I hope you are having a fabulous day wherever you are in this world. I hope it's warm and toasty where you are and that your pond is not covered in ice. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, be kind, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye for now.